Good morning, my friends. Today I'm in the central part of Kouba. I'm going to show you how to drive to the suburb of Draria in the southern or southwestern part of Algiers. So this is the square of the city hall, of the Kouba city hall, with a garden and benches. There is even an amusement park here, or until recently there was a temporary amusement park for kids. There were rides for kids. But now, because the lockdown is back, they removed it. They uninstalled it. So now I've got to stop or to pull over in order to stabilize my camera. Otherwise, it's gonna shake a lot while I'm filming. So, hold on just a second, please. It's essential to stabilize the camera so that, on this phone holder, dashboard phone holder. Okay, so I guess that the job is done, and now we're going to turn right. I'm going to try and access the southern. In order for us to go from Kouba to Draria, we need to join the southern bypass motorway, or the Ben Aknoun motorway. And now, what you see on our left is Les Anasser, or the Les Anasser apartment complex. We have already filmed it in another video. We visited it. And Les Anasser is a neighborhood located between Kouba and Hydra. Draria, sorry. So this is the square of Les Anasser, the big square of Les Anasser. The Les Anasser apartment complex is huge and beautiful, with its white buildings. There is a swimming pool on the left. And the Les Anasser as a neighborhood is essentially calm. It's a calm or quiet residential neighborhood. It's a weekend day. It's Saturday morning, 7:20 in the morning. The streets are empty. We are in the beginning of August 2021. Yeah, welcome, sir. And the lockdown is back because of the rise in the number of infections, the rapid rise in the number of infections of COVID-19 infections. The Delta variant has arrived here in Algeria, and even my wife got sick. Thankfully, she recovered, but after several days after spending several days in bed. So there is a lady crossing the road down there. We've got to let her cross the road. And the Blida Atlas Mountains are in the background. So thank God my wife recovered, but some of my relatives weren't so lucky. It's this time, this variant, this wave of coronavirus infections is a real tragedy. I hope that it doesn't last for long, and the tens of thousands of people are getting vaccinated every day here in Algeria. So this is the Garrity 2 neighborhood. Civital building is on the left, the glass building. I've got to interrupt filming here for a while. Now, if you want to go to the city center or to Bir Moradres, you take the right. This is Les Sources. If you want to go to Blida, you drive straight on. There is a tunnel over there in the middle. But we are entering the Ben Aknoun motorway, also known as the Southern Bypass Motorway, Rocade Sud. And this is our shortcut to Draria and to a number of other neighborhoods. So Bir Moradres is on the right, Bir Khadim is on the left. Be careful around here with the cars coming out of Bir Moradres. La Concorde is on the right. There is an entrance on the right to La Concorde. Avoid driving near giant semi-trailer trucks like this one. And never try to overtake them in a dangerous way from the right. Always keep a safe distance between you and those trucks. It's not that the truck drivers are looking for trouble, but you know, their trucks are so huge that, you know, it's difficult to control them. Sometimes their brakes don't work properly. This is the Said Hamdin bus station. So Said Hamdin, this area has two bus stations, one on this side of the road, this carriageway, and the second one on the other carriageway. There is a truck here, and I need to overtake it. And this is the Said Hamdin park. It's on the right. It has a playground. It's good for kids. This is one of the private buses that service this area. That's the park over there. It's on the right. If you want to go to Tixline, you take the right. If you want to enter Said Hamdin, you take the right too. Said Hamdin apartment complex, I mean. So as I told you, that was one of the buses that service the area. Those buses come or set off from the Kouba or the Bajara bus stations. And the Kouba bus station is known as the Ben Omar bus station. If you want to go to Hydra and Sidi Yahya and even the city center, you take the right. You will access Hydra via the Paradou neighborhood. The Paradou is known for its soccer club, one of the best here in Algiers. Jnad al-Mitha. There is a part of Hydra on our right known as Jnad al-Mitha. If you want to go to Val d'Hydra or the Hydra Valley and Algiers, you take the right. Once you are in Algiers, you could go to the city center. So you can, as you can see, this motorway here, although it's in the southern part of the capital, it's in the southern part of Algiers, but it offers access, multiple access to the city center via essentially via the neighborhoods of the higher parts of Algiers. Hydra and Algiers. The glass building on the left is a university. It's the University of Algiers, number 3. I have no idea what they teach there. Because it's a new university. And now we are approaching Ben Aknoun. If you want to visit Ben Aknoun and its zoological park or its zoo, you take the right. The zoo is on the left. The buildings you see in front of us are the Sahrawi apartment complex. I hope the image is not blurred. Now if you want to go to the stadium and Draria, you take the right. The July 5th stadium. Okay, let's pull over to the right because we are approaching the Ainallah entrance. You've got to be careful here because there are lots of cars exiting the Dil Ibrahim Ainallah area. Like this car on the right. And now let's exit the southern bypass motorway, Draria. You can read the sign over there. It's gonna be a kind of an adventure today because I very rarely. So Dil Ibrahim is on the left, and this is the Ainallah area, God's water spring, literally Ain Allah. Ain means water spring, and Allah means God. Almighty Allah. Okay, so now I've just left the southern bypass motorway. I'm going to interrupt filming for a while. Okay, so I'm going to drive straight on. So as I told you earlier, I very rarely drive to these places here because they are so far from the central parts of the city. And generally, suburbs, I mean, there aren't many things to visit here in suburbs. Suburbs are essentially residential areas. Stopping here for a while in order to stabilize the camera. Again, I don't know. Yep, something is moving. Something is definitely wrong with it. I'm going to pause. Guys, sorry for this interruption. I realized that one of the bolts here in my phone holder, my dashboard phone holder was loose. It was very loose. That's why it was I mean the camera was, so weatherman is on the left, so the camera was shaking. Okay, I hope it's stable now. In fact, I'm using a phone in order to film this. And now, guys, you can see the area here. This is Draria. and it has become super modern. Roman is on the left, yes. And Draria has become super modern with these buildings, with those buildings you see over there in the background. And I myself surprised by how this neighborhood has transformed. I visited it in 2010, I think, or 2012. I don't remember. And it was very different. It had nothing to do with what I'm seeing now. If you want to go to Dil Ibrahim and Ouled Fayet, you take the right. It looked more rural back then, back in 2010, 2011. But now it looks like a modern city. And then you can see these buildings, beautiful buildings, and this wide road. All these roundabouts that would let you turn around if you want, if you get lost, for example, or turn to any direction you want, where you are headed, you know. So that's interesting. And Draria is also known. Okay, so there is a school here for the blind, for blind children. It's on the left. That was the only thing I paid attention to when I visited this area. That was the only thing that I noticed when I visited this area in 2010, 2011. But now there are many other buildings, many other places to see. And this road here is very long. I think that there is a shopping mall here, or rather a mini mart with a parking lot. That's very practical for people for local residents to visit, because when you live in such a big neighborhood, you need to go shopping with your car and you need parking space. Guys, this is a very important place. It's if you want to go to Bedehsen, you take the left. If you want to return to Ben Aknoun, you turn around that roundabout. I think that we're approaching the central part of this neighborhood of Draria. If you want to read about the history of Draria, there is a book about the history of the suburban area of Algiers, of the western or southwestern suburban area of Algiers. I don't remember the author, but I think that the book is okay. It's in French, and its title is Le Sahel algérois. Dil Ibrahim et le Sahel algérois. Histoire de Dil Ibrahim et du Sahel algérois. The history of Dil Ibrahim and the Algiers Sahel, and what we commonly refer to as the Algiers Sahel is in fact the mountainous area on the Algiers coast, where the Kasbah of Algiers is built, and where all those neighborhoods, that mountainous and hilly area of Algiers, where Bouzria and Ben Aknoun are located. And of course this area here is part of the Sahel. Yes, I think that we have just driven past the city hall. Okay, so thank God this truck is turning around here, because it was blocking the view and it was ugly as well. Alright, so And Draria is also known for its restaurants. For its restaurants, yes, that serve grilled meat, that serve barbecue restaurants. There is one here on the right, Taiba restaurant. And Taiba are in fact a chain of restaurants, so it's worth visiting. This area here is worth visiting. Okay, so if you want to go to Draria, you drive straight on. And I think that if you want to go to Ben Aknoun and Saoula, you take the left. We are taking the left. Well, I think that we have driven by the most interesting parts of this. Okay, hold on. We have the right of way. You should have stopped. Anyway, so I think that we have finished visiting this interesting neighborhood of Draria. I think that it's one of the most beautiful suburbs here in Algiers. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notifications button in order to receive more notifications about our future videos. Take care of yourselves, drive safely, visit Algiers and all of Algeria, and goodbye.